originated from Louisville, Kentucky, but he's lived all over, spent some time in Orlando, and now he's pretty much just traveling. But he's here right now singing selections from his debut album, John K. Brown Unplugged, Acapella Gospel. And so right now, let me introduce you to John Brown. John, thank you so much for coming over here.
Oh, thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Got to ask first, when did you get started singing?
I started singing probably around 3. I was around 3 years old, in church, small chapel, couple of windows. All you heard was just hums. There were no instruments or anything. That's kind of what this album is all about. Unplugged, this acapella gospel. That means there are no instruments playing whatsoever. I promise. When you hear it, you won't believe me. You won't believe me. But everything on there is a cappella. And the reason for that is I've always felt that the human voice is one of the most powerful things to use. And that's what Jesus used, his voice, to speak through others. So that's my goal with this album.
You just went to AMDA. Of course, that's right there in Manhattan. Yeah. You toured with Miss Saigon, Lion King, and, of course, with Rockapella. And, to decide to say, hey, I'm going to do a gospel album is now all of a sudden you're kind of ostracizing where you've been. Yeah. Because, some of these people aren't necessarily pro that. Oh, yeah. So tell us a little bit.
Yeah, and that's one of the struggles with being in this industry. I think you have to realize in yourself that God is first in everything that you do. Even when I was on tour with Miss Saigon or Lion King, you could tell that people knew I was performing, but I was also worshiping because I knew I wouldn't be there without him. Yeah. So when I transitioned over into doing this album, getting into it wasn't as hard, but relaying it over to people was, because it was for people who I had already knew. So this was something new to them, and they were like, well, whoa, wait a minute. I knew you were there, but I didn't know you were going to go that far with it, But it's a tough industry to be in. But like I said, if your heart is in it, your passion is in it, and you know to put God first, then he'll guide you through anything.
Now, tell people real quick, where can people go, find out more information about you, get you to their church? Sure. How can they do that?
Well, right now I attend in Orlando, Florida, First Baptist Central Florida. Okay. So come on down. Hey, oh, he's over there. Come on down. First Baptist Church, Central Florida. We worship, give God glory all day long. My website, www.projectjkb.com. Everything is there. I always tell people when you go to my website, it's not only about just, purchasing my album. My life is there. My testimony is there. So you can understand and know where this came from and who I am. I'm on Facebook, John K. Brown, Twitter, MySpace, all those little networking things.
What do you want people to hear other than, just to pop it in their car and just hear good music? What do you hope that they get out of it?
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that, because what I want people to do is not have the music just be ambiance. To listen to. This album, to me, in each individual one of these is a specific testimony of where I've gone in my life. So when you listen to it, it can touch you in a specific way. And that's my goal with this album, is that each song has a testimony, not only from me, but it also can allow you to understand how good God is and where he can take you. I'm gonna speak to God like this. When I fall down, you pick me up. Listen. When I fall down, you pick me up. When I am weak, you fill my cup. Oh, hallelujah. When I pray on my knees, that's when I know your name. Hallelujah. Breakthrough, Lord. Y'all about to hear something y'all ain't never heard before. Listen. Carry me to the highest mountain. Carry me to the highest mountain. Follow me across the stormy sea. Yeah. Oh, with arm in arm, you hold me close to thee. Oh, breakthrough, Lord. Oh, yeah, listen to me. Flow through me with your hands on my shoulder. Touch my heart to open up unending grace. Why am I so weak to follow when you show me step by step? Precious Jesus, break these chains. Pull me in to be at rest. Breakthrough, Lord. Come on, y'all, take it up, take it up. Breakthrough, Lord. Listen, all who want to hear this. Cover me with the shield of Christ. Cover me with the shield of Christ. arise. Stand and fight, he is on your side. God's on your side. Place me, Lord, where you want me to be. Hallelujah. Breakthrough, Lord. Oh, breakthrough, Lord. Wait a minute. I don't think y'all hearing what I'm saying. We're going to do this more. I'm going to dig a little bit deeper. Break me when I'm trying to do my own thing. You know what I'm talking about. Break me when the devil wants his own fling. Oh, hallelujah. Break me when I can't find my way back. Breakthrough, Lord. Come on, take it up. Dig deeper. Breakthrough, Lord. Listen, break me when I'm falling down the wrong path. Oh, break me when my mind can't see the facts. Sometimes you gotta shout and say, Lord, I'm tired of these fights. Oh, break me, Jesus. Listen, Jesus, make it known that you're the only one. I'm heaven bound, that's when I'm going home. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Father. If God is for us, who can be against us? Oh, listen, he is my rock and my salvation. Thank you, Father. We out, my brothers and sisters. Worship now, my Lord and Savior. Worship him.